We are live now. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us on our Sunday evening. Today, we have with us the Iloilo team, and this is the product teardown tech day for the August teardown we had with the Iloilo team. Um, I am Nigha, and I would be hosting today's tech day session on the behalf of the Product Folks team. Firstly, I would like give a little bit brief of the Iloilo team for anybody who is not aware or like joining this session for the first time. We have Saurabh, Kranti, and Deva from the Iloilo team with us, and they would be judging today's event. So starting up, Iloilo is a leading live video platform where creators can go live and interact with their audience. The main purpose of the app is to create a fan engagement and take it to the next level with the live formats like astrology, singing, chit chat, and game shows, etc. Iloilo envisions to make itself the future of live interactivity entertainment, and they have been doing a lot great in the recent times. So I would suggest you to like go to their app and check them out. If you are here for the first time, I would like to introduce Product Folks to you as well. So the Product Folks is a volunteer-driven community of product managers, and enthusiasts who are passionate about making an impact and help everybody grow together. You can head to our website called theproductfolks.com, and there are a lot of initiatives that you can browse through and find. There is literally something for everybody, so you will have something to the other to learn from or to interact, or just to discover something new. The product teardown is one of the initiative of Product Folks itself, where each month some company join us, and we have a case study to from them to learn together. A lot of people who participate in the product teardown event prepare case studies in form of decks, and based on who are shortlisted, they get to present on the tech day. Yeah, and there are people right from the industry itself to judge and to have follow-up questions on. We also have Ronak from the Eloelo team joined us right now. So Ronak is also part of the product team, so he would be co-judging as well. Now, I think I would give sort of some space to talk more about Eloelo.
Thanks, Mega. Great to see so many folks here. And first of all, really thank you for having us here. It's been a pleasure being on your Slack channel, interacting with candidates, Q and A's, going through so many really interesting presentations. I think really loved the TPF initiative and what you guys are doing for the product community in general. So amazing work there. Just a small brief about me and about the company, and then each one, Kranti, Debo, and Ronak can talk about it as well. So it's been about 2 years of co-founding Eloelo. Prior to this, I was with Flipkart in the product and category teams across for about 5 years. So big billion days, leading category marketing, launching newer and newer initiatives. That used to be my entire thing, and graduated from 2011-13 Jamnalal Bajaj. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. At LOLO, at here, what we really want to do is we are building the future of live interactive entertainment. So we're a live video platform where creators can come, and by creators I mean anyone across multiple genres, right? From astrology to entertainment to somebody just wanting to chit chat, somebody wanting to host game shows. We are almost bringing a live TV-like experience on your mobile screens, which we believe is a very superior form of entertainment and takes the creator fan engagement to another level altogether. And yeah, I mean, early starts in the past 1.5 2 years have been great. We currently have close to about 6 million users on the platform in general who've downloaded the app and who are engaging with us. So yeah, now very interesting problem statements are in front of us on engagement and on monetization, which you guys have taken a stab at. So look forward to the rest of the event.
That was a very great overview of Iloilo. Sort of, would you like to maybe like talk about the culture you have at Iloilo for anybody who's interested?
Sure. So I think what we, as a very early stage startup, right? It's a very hustle and performance driven culture where we like to iterate quickly. We like to build things fast. So speed is one of our fortes where we want to uh, take user insights, build certain solutions, test it out, and if it is working well, then scale it to the entire sort of an audience. Otherwise, we reiterate and go back to sort of the drawing board. So speed, hustle, being very very consumer focused and very collaborative in general is what I would describe the culture to be at Iloilo. We are building something where there is no playbook in general. There is no China counterpart, there is no US counterpart. So a lot of what we are doing is a very Bharat first kind of an approach. So it requires us to be very grounded in our insights and in the way in which we approach things. So we try to do that to the best of our abilities. And yeah, I mean, it's very non-hierarchical. We are all sitting together. We are trying to brainstorm on solutions. So if you're one of those who likes a setup which is challenging, but it's very, very satisfying in terms of what product outputs you will bring out at the end, then this is a great place to work at.
I think that was like a very perfect description of what kind of culture one might be looking at. Yeah, I think like we can like move forward. To give everybody more context, if you were not involved in the deck making process or a participant, I think I would like to describe the problem statement first, and then we can have our shortlisted participants one by one to present their deck, and followed by a small Q&A session. So the problem statement that we had for this teardown was this. Eloelo wants to increase their engagement time of its users by 50% on daily basis. So the participants are required to look into the problem statement from the lens of interactive features in a live or like in a live app, and add gamification to improve the watch time and drive stickiness to the platform. As users wants to engage more, they aim to launch monetization on the app soon. So different questions that participant can look at are like, what are the avenues of monetization on the app, how to launch monetization in the native way that converts the free users into paid users without like impacting their engagement metrics on a bad way. And while doing all of this, the participants should keep in mind that LOLO's users are from tier 2, tier 3 audience, and the creators majorly comprises of UGC and micro influencers. So this was pretty much the problem statement which our participants worked upon, and a lot of great decks come in. So kudos to everybody who participated. We do have five shortlisted decks. So everybody would be getting 6 minutes to present the deck, followed by a 2 minutes QA session. So I think we will like just share the screen and have a picker to randomly choose who will go and present first, and then we can proceed. Just give us 1 minute. We are having some technical glitch, it seems. We are presenting the picker in a minute or so. Meanwhile, we can maybe discuss more about Eloelo. So, Saurabh, would you like to describe how the journal interview process for a product role goes at Eloelo?
I think I'll let Kranti take a shot at
Yeah,
that.
sure, definitely.
He leads the entire interview process.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Mega, and the complete team at Product Folks. So, thanks for this opportunity. We really enjoyed the complete all the presentations. Really, a lot of ideas, lot of you know the the word teardown actually sounds good for this particular cohort, because everyone, all the presentation, they actually pinned the pain points and tried to put the personas, etc. Everything, really enjoyed that. And coming back to your question, like what? So should I take this question later, because I guess it's already started.
No, no, you can continue your answer and then
Cool.
we'll.
So what we because all the product folks at Eloelo, as Saurabh already said, like we are a performance and hustle driven culture, and we don't look at as a APM or PM or SPM who is entering our team. We only look at whether he's we always look him as a entrepreneur in residence kind of role, right? Where in companies like us, right, we try to wear multiple hats, and we try to we try to respect every decision which is data backed, right? And that's how sums up all the culture at Eloelo, not only in product team but also other teams at Eloelo. So we think of a product guy to be a entrepreneur, okay, and who try to understand the problems by the users of Eloelo, and also especially tier 2 tier 3 audience, and work around it rather than thinking of solutions first.
Great. I think like we can like start with the picker, and yeah, hope you'll find like a lot of good product people to join your team.
Yeah, loud.
Mega, can you see the screen?
No, I can't. Uh, Samantha, maybe you can share.
Yeah, yeah.
I can see it. We can start the spin. Samantha, you're on mute.
Yeah, Mega. The winners were Abbas and team. If they're here, you can raise your hand. You can come up on stage.
Yeah.
Okay. Abbas is here. Hey, Abbas.
Hi, hi. Uh,
Hi. Can
I
you
think
switch?
am I?
No?
Yeah, yeah. Am I audible now?
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you, TPF team, and really glad to be part of this session. So,
Yeah.
just jump into it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure. I can give a brief introduction. So Abbas
yeah.
is one of the participants, and he is currently building Calway Foods. And he likes to wear multiple hats and work in different functional teams and have a clean interest into product. He will be presenting his deck now, and of course, I'll give him some space to introduce himself in case I missed anything.
Uh, Thanks, Mega. That was quite apt. Um, so, uh, I'll just dive into the presentation. Yeah. Uh, so, uh, the problem statement was quite clear. We had two parts in it. Uh, Increasing the engagement time by 50% on a daily basis, and to work on monetization, suggest the various avenues available, and how do we launch it in a native way. Uh, So I've taken a very a traditional flow, which of course what I decided and then how it went. There were a lot of changes, and probably this slide was the last one that got finalized. So starting with understanding what a traditional and a live entertainment platforms are, difference between traditional and live platforms. Then I created certain user personas based on the inputs provided that we are from tier 2, tier 3 cities, our major audience between 60 to 30. We added up something of user consideration, how identified various avenues through which users are probably downloading the app or using the app. Uh, we understand the user journey, how things are happening, what happens inside the app, and particularly focusing on the live sessions. Uh, we understand the frustrations, what they have, and possibly give some solutions for these. We prioritize the solutions, and lastly, we also talk about how monetization can be done and what is there going on in the industry right now, and how do we launch it. A couple of assumptions that initially I made was, so there are a lot of things to think upon. I've primarily focused the core part, that is improving the live streaming engagement rate. The available categories, what I've seen is there is no search option. So that has been not deliberately made so. So the available categories through which I can search for influencers or the content is like, say, entertainment, singing, Iloilo Idol. So there, I found only a handful of categories, and there was no search option out there. This is this I've thought that it hasn't been deliberately done. And of course, most of the decisions on the product have been taken that presently the product is in a transition to growth phase, and some of the decisions on features and all have been taken based on that. So, a quick view on how a traditional platform like Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat is, and how live entertainment products differ. The main hook of a usual social media platform is the content recommendation system based on AI, ML, and it is more about displaying the content in a very organized way and in an engaging way. While live entertainment, people come here to basically see what their regular influencers. It is like a TV show, like somebody watching Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. So he visits at 8:30 every day and watches it. So that's the difference, how we conceptually see at it in a first way. As Saurabh rightly told, that this is this is a first of a kind thing. There are no playbook for this. So I found this in that interaction time in a dominant social media platform is morely solo. It doesn't it the things are very structured, while in a live entertainment product you can think about things, but when you are live, it all depends on what you speak, what content you offer, and all these things. A role of creator that way is quite limited and quite passive. In a live entertainment product, they are more responsible, and they are also facing criticism as well as appreciations. So the quality of influences is quite different in both these cases. And of course, why social media platforms like Instagram Live, Facebook Live are there, that is adding a layer to cover up for our features. While they're not, their main focus hasn't been much into this. While a product like Iloilo has a main focus on live video platforms and live video interaction. We have Pallavi and Raghav. Pallavi is just pass out, just completed her schooling, enter into college days, and she wants to be a fashion influencer. She wants to understand what all things are out there, but due to lack of resources available and things and limited content on Instagram, she cannot interact with followers how to get a guidance or how to build her career in fashion. While Raghav is an avid gamer, he's presently working with his family business grocery shop, and he's somebody who is continuously looking for discounts, cashbacks, getting cashbacks through Google Pay, and making use of multiple platforms whichever are available to to play as well as win that way. Uh, Now, when we talk of user considerations pre-download, these might be very relevant when we are talking about user acquisition. But I found it also relevant because these are the key expectations people have when they are downloading it. If my expectations are not met, they might skip. So the things might not go in, and our key expectations should be carried on as well when what our app is all about. So multiple things like how a friend influences, how a Facebook ad influences this thing, or some influences the download part. And what we have seen is live experience, trustworthiness, participation, winning rewards, and engaging content. These are some of the main expectations that people have. When we are talking about, let's say we have just opened our Iloilo app and we are just on the home screen. We have focused majorly on instance 1 and 2, where somebody is scrolling through various live sessions available. And the second part is once he finds something interesting, he clicks on that and watches the live interaction. If he doesn't like it, he may exit the app, or possibly he may find somebody else, try to scroll and search some other session, and possibly go into reward section or game section.
Bus,
Uh, yeah.
5 minutes is up.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we are in the core part. I'll just try to wrap it in 2 minutes. Uh, so scroll and so when we talk about the homepage, we see that there are some key frustrations. Like I initially mentioned that I found certain features missing, like search options on categories and other things. While the main issue was I had very limited data point to make a decision on whom do I or what do I see. I just have a profile photograph and the number of viewers at the moment. So I found that this is a big frustration that could have to enter the room. uh, Once I enter the room, I initially in my initial days I find that I don't find when will the game start, what is going on presently, don't find the content engaging enough, some video quality issues, and a lot of comments and followings do not get a reply. Even if I'm interested to talk to the influencer, I might not get a reply. That quite often happens. And just summed up all the key frustrations and focused more on the interaction part that we have previously seen, and focusing more on addressing these issues. The first thing that was, I have limited data points to understand which influencer to watch or what content to watch. uh, so for this we have built a feature which basically helps you to quickly understand what is the schedule of this session going on. Like you can see the session I've entered at 6:30 p.m. I've seen that Tambola 1 and presently discussion on cricket is happening, and now Tambola session 2, then fans are going to come live and do this. So I get an idea of what is going on and how creatively an influencer can put this thing so that people get attracted and enter. Second thing, that is about the anonymous user mood indicator. It
Abbas,
is
sorry to cut you off. Like you have like exceeded the time limit extension as well. So
sure,
I think like wrapping it here itself, we will move to the Q&A based on what
sure,
you presented so far.
sure.
Sure. So yeah, LOLO team, if you have any questions to ask, Abbas, you can like go ahead. Also, Abbas, if you can switch on your video, it would be really helpful.
Yeah, sure.
Avas, while you were presenting in the beginning slide, you mentioned that live is very instantaneous in nature. Creators don't know what they will be doing, and what's gonna happen in the live. They even don't know.
Right,
And you are contradicting that with the last slide that you said, where the live participants are scheduling their live. They're giving a context of what is going to happen in the live. isn't both contradicting each other, where you are saying that they don't know what they're gonna do, and then you're saying that they will be scheduling what they're gonna do in the life.
Uh, I what I meant to present was that, like for example, I'll just take an example. I entered a room. It says a music was going on, or there's a music session which is going on, and I don't find that music is happening. Uh, I see that they are chatting about some topic or something. Though the topic is very different, what is happening is very different. Probably they are talking about some. There is a fan who is trying to ask about some person thing, and that session is going on. So this the slide basically which I showed. If we have that, like if you see in the middle we have a fans come live. Probably this session is going on. So we just make a schedule to make people understand what's going on right now. Possibly Tambola is not happening right now. They want to hear about fans are coming live, and that is going on. And possibly 5 minutes after, we have a third session of Tambola. So this helps in organizing that.
This is app level scheduling, or this is live level scheduling?
So this is just about creating a structure. It by the influencer before he starts the session.
Live level scheduling.
Yeah, right. So this
Okay.
is basically giving an idea कि अभी क्या चल रहा है, and possibly I will see a next session happening in 5 minutes. I'll wait for that time, and possibly I'm interested to see what is happening after half an hour. I want to go live. So when is this influencer going in, uh, helping me come live? Possibly something of that kind.
Abbas, just one question.
Yeah.
And first of all, very good presentation. Problem statements very well analyzed, and good comparisons between live stream and other forms of entertainment. More than the solution, I just want to ask you that, basis your understanding, why do you believe that? Okay, what two parts of this question? One is, what is the core user problem that is being solved? That is one. Create a problem so we know. Or do you think is the core user problem? And second, that same whatever you arrive at as the core user problem can be solved through a YouTube, through an Instagram, through multiple channels. Then why is live stream a more superior format of that entertainment? I think knowing what you think about this will help me connect your solution to it a little better, because you've suggested an itinerary, and I just want to understand why you are thinking in that sense. So please help me understand that.
Uh, See, what I see as a traditional ways of like YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram. I never visit, like, this is my personal opinion. I never visit these places to watch live. Possibly, I don't know whether there is a live session every time happening in or not. Secondly, more of Instagram and YouTube lives or whatever say, that is a part of that. People don't come to Instagram just to watch live, while I found that having a platform which is dedicated for a live entertainment means also exploring my choices. Acha, I have to see this influencer. He's also going live. He's having some sports which I can connect through, and that brings me more into Eloelo rather than I see Eloelo doing that as a content creation part or entertainment part, rather than YouTube. Mein I'll go and I'll just see what is going on, or possibly a pop up comes that so and so person is live. But that is not a repetition in Iloilo. What I see, that is a repetition that would bring in people every day to the app whenever they are free, even to explore it, or the repeat users to basically uh, uh, get back to their favorite influencers and all these things. So I'm actually helping solve the problem of Iloilo is helping solving the problem from a content perspective as well. Like randomly, even if there is a content, I can see it. Even if my regular user is watching it, I can my regular users or repeat users can revisit it.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Great presentation, Abbas. We'll move forward to our
sure.
next participant. You can like
Thank you.
stop sharing your screen. My screen is visible, right? If anybody can unmute and tell. next up, we will be having Atish to present the deck. And I should stop sharing. Atish, can you come to the stage?
Hello. Am I
Yeah.
audible?
So Atish and Ritik did this teardown as a team. So both of them would be presenting it. If both of you can switch on your video, it would be great.
Um, yes, I actually have some issues from my device. I think I'm not able to turn on my camera. But Ritik, I think you can go ahead.
Can you? So
Uh, am I visible? Yeah.
yeah, you're visible. So try sticking to the timeline a bit, and yeah, you can go ahead and introduce yourself and present your deck. All the best.
Sure. I hope our audio is fine and the screen is also visible. Yeah, presently. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, you're audible,
Yeah,
Atish.
you're
Okay, great.
audible and visible.
Sure. So hi guys, I'm Atish and I'm joined by Ritik. We are from IIT Madras, and I think without wasting any further time, I'd like to jump directly into our deck. Uh, so since people have already introduced Eloelo quite well, it's a great concept, great platform. So I'll directly start with a matrix. We have kind of identified five major metrics for affecting the engagement time directly and indirectly, and our problems and solutions will be revolving around these metrics, being session length, session frequency, stickiness, user action per session, and bounce rate. The target audience had been mentioned in the problem statement. It's the same. We perceive them as tier two and tier three people from various age categories, with various needs from gaming to interaction, consultation, etc. And on the creator side, micro influencers and UGCs as mentioned. User persona, we have identified is slightly different. We have from the previous one, we kind of have taken two user personas. Rohan being an audience, his main motivations being rewarding experience followed by status, while Arti, a micro influencer, and her main motivations being status and money. Since we are talking on the engagement, we'll be focusing more on the Rohan's journey through the app, and let's explore his journey to understand how we can increase the engagement time as whole. So we have divided his journey into four main sections. There's motivation, exploration, engagement, and retention. And based on these four baskets, we have split his activities. In the first motivation section, uh, his activities are as mentioned, and his overall experience that is that he's happy. He joins and interacts with his influencers, and he still want, but there are still avenues where he could introduce, where he could kind of improve his means to stand out. And while in the exploration phase, we perceive based on our research, we perceive that he's not unhappy as the experience doesn't isn't seamless. And in the engagement and in the retention phase, I think his experience is kind of neutral. While there are gaps and avenues that could be improved, where they can be enhanced his experience in a broader way. So based on this user journey, we have identified problems and solutions for the same. So in the motivation phase, first problem I'd like to uh, point out is that although he's having a good experience, he would also appreciate if he would get to stand out from all the crowd, from the people in the lobbies. So I mean I agree there are gifts and features in the current solution as well, but we perceive it as they have less effort to obtain and thus they don't meet the objectives of standing out. So for this we recommend adding features like unique flares on the usernames or pop-ups of unique and scarce tiny animations on the lower part of the screen. What these would do is that they would give him a certain status symbol in the chat, and for gaining these status symbols, there can be certain goals or tasks that would require effort in order to gain those symbols, and this in turn would increase the engagement time using the matrix session length and actions per session. The second thing that I'd like to mention is, I mean, I would like to be very blunt over here. The experience isn't that seamless. The main problem is associated with transitioning between one slides. There are multiple steps. There's an exhaustive list, and there are not options to uh, move into the same category. That is, the content isn't categorized. So we recommend improvement in the feed navigation. This could be done by introducing slide scroll features based on infinite feed. There could be a trending section filter on the home page that could boost good content, and for that, the respective metrics mentioned would be improved. Moving ahead, users find it difficult to search profiles in the overall app. Uh, uh, this is the one that has been previously mentioned as well. We suggest improvement in the profile access. We could introduce point tab access to profile pages. I think this would be very powerful change. Uh, Search bar could be introduced in the following section on the home page, and this could be further boosted by introducing unique IDs on the front end for all the users and content creators, and algorithms can be used to improve the search results. So Ritik,
Yeah,
could you take
I'll take
forward?
up. I'll take up. So here we are talking about like although WhatsApp sharing is good for increasing number of users on the platform and calling them out, but it's better to improve DM feature inside the app, which will result in better engagement. In the terms that we can see that users should be able to share creator profiles and live chat rooms in the direct message in the app itself. So users should be able to create groups and also interact. The major point here was the users should be able to interact among themselves on the platform beyond chats. Something like sharing gifts, collectibles, or which are more common in nature, that would make them stick on the platform in a long way, and it will also increase session frequency because you won't be chatting on the WhatsApp regarding the live chat. You will be chatting on the DM feature in the app itself. Atish, can you go to next?
Atish and Ritik, 5 minutes are up. Yeah.
Yeah, can I just 30 seconds? I'll take up this. Also, we find that there's a mismatch between effort and reward ratio in the coins section. So we recommend introducing scarce element, which will be a kind of artificial scarcity. It will be in the form of additional currency and collectibles. So this currency can be utilized to participate in luck-based games like spin the wheel to win the collectibles. And collectibles can be traded will have inherent value that will boost the status of the user in the app. So, like this is a basic concept was derived from Coin Master, which is highly popular in tier two, tier three cities in India, and this will increase the session frequency as well. And on the retention part, we recommend here users do not find any live chat rooms in certain categories. Like there are no live chat rooms in certain categories whenever you go in, because creators aim to go live in peak hours to maximize their views, leading to less chat room. So we recommend introducing happy hours that can be created on non-peak hours, where creators can be incentivized to create content and users would win 2x rewards. While we can also introduce special events, which can be created at fixed time every day, unlocking certain game categories, resulting in a stronger group conducted by popular creators. And this session would be like short 10 to 30 minutes, and users would have win 5x reward during this session. So the overall frequency of the thing will increase, and we prioritize this on the value and effort, and we recommend implementing special events and happy hours as the first priority, with adding status elements and the artificial scarcity following it, and we should be able to have A/B testing in those two if we're not sure. And the monetization avenues, we feel there is a small gap between round of games where creators are stalled. So you could have flash animation ads, and then we can have
Nitesh and
banner ads.
yeah, Ritik and
Okay.
Atish, time is up.
Yep, sure. If you
Sorry.
could give 10
Yeah.
seconds to sum up this slide, it would be really good.
It's the last
No,
slide.
no, we're
Yeah, it's the
already
last
over.
slide.
Give them 10, 20 seconds. Okay.
Yeah,
Go on.
thank you. Go ahead, Ritik.
Okay.
Yeah, so in the we could introduce brand-based games. Like relevant brands could have their own games. Like for Tol Mulki Bowl of HUL products, which could be sponsored by HUL, and we could have external links of HUL products over there. And talking about special events, if we introduce special events, there will be high surge of users coming in. It will give an avenue for brands to have a proper ad. And finally, I would say we identified there's a wait list for joining popular creators live chat room. We ourselves saw that there was 120 people wanting to chat with the get into the video call. So a digital good can be utilized to bypass the queue. So, and for that you can have in-app purchases. You can buy this and bypass the queue and stuff. So
Okay, Ritik, I think we are
yeah,
about
yeah, fine, fine,
done.
good.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's fine.
We can go ahead with the Q&A now.
Go on, Devu. Do you have a question?
No, while I saw most of the monetization is revolves around eyeballs and monetizing eyeballs and ads. So why did you choose that, and why was your most of the monetization targeted or driven to that kind of context where sponsored game, banner ads, brand-based games, ads during special events, all these are based on eyeballs and capturing eyeballs and monetizing eyeballs. And only in-app purchase is one part of it. So why were you choosing this as a primary monetization technique?
Okay. Um, Yeah. So I think in our perspective, the app is kind of in a still not that early, but in certain early stage. So the direct means that can be implemented right now without losing the audience would be revolving around the ads in not in the conventional way, but in certain other ways that doesn't affect the engagement. And apart from
Yeah,
that,
also,
yeah.
yeah, go on, go on.
No, please go ahead.
Yeah, also, like we are thinking on the lines of a lot avenues to monetize. So if we consider something like subscription and things, these have never worked with the tier two, tier three audience. There are products that have been able to tap this, but our platform is not on the lines of that. Also, looking at the audience we have, I think it's similar to what ShareChat has. ShareChat has a lot of penetration in those areas. So ShareChat has similar kind of monetization. They have never went through that, and so we kind of track that, and we feel ads are not hampering their interaction and experience.
Okay. By the way, great presentation. I liked the presentation a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Here's one question. You guys mentioned about status in your presentation, and you mentioned about feed discovery improvement. That currently discovery is a little suboptimal. People would throw a little more light on that, on both of these points. What would improve status, and what is inside a live room? Second, you mentioned in feed discovery trending and other parts to it. What would a good feed discovery look like for you? Would it be a short video feed where people are just vertically scrolling lives? What did you have in mind? Maybe you didn't get enough justice to cover that. So
Sure. I
Yeah.
think Ritik, you can go ahead with this one. I'll explain the next one.
Yeah, yeah, sure. So, on the status elements, we found that the users want to kind of stand out. Like users want to go into the live chat room and announce that, dude, I'm in. So, to his audience as well as to his favorite creator. So, what we thought is the gift section we have through coins and all. It's common. Like if you have 15,000 coins, you could have the kind of aeroplane gifted to your user or a car gifted to, and the coins are not scarce. I mean, you can have certain activities and you can have some coins. So we didn't feel that there's a strong connection of status there. User want to stand out from everyone else. So we thought, on the user perspective, let's create something that needs to dig in the engagement kind. There should be games or there should be tasks that is hard to get, and you eventually get some kind of collectibles, which would eventually lead to titles or players. If some guy comes in, so the chat room should be glittering in the lower part of the screen, glittering like Ritik is in. So and his creator also should be able to see. And for the animation part, it's like the plane coming in the small section, just plane coming from left to right, and it will boost the experience for them also, and kind of understand that I'm having influence on this chat. So that was our thinking on that perspective. And the second, we on the feed improvement.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure. I'll go
yeah,
on with
go
that.
on.
Yeah, I'd just like to add one more point like that. I personally had tried out this feature. I had gifted 5 cars to one influencer, but I still couldn't get some recognition from the
Attention.
influencers. So yeah, I think that was our core purpose behind this. And moving to the feed, uh, yeah, I think the core of the platform, that is interactive live chat rooms while playing games, is fantastic. I think there it doesn't need to change at all. The hook is very great, but only problem is with the transitioning. So we don't mean to change the code. We just the transitioning is good right now, but it can be improved if we could slide between chat rooms, or we could have categories, so that we could navigate into those sections where we want the content that we want to watch today. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll like continuing at this point. The scroll based or slide based has its own drawback. As you rightly said, in short forms, you have very less attention span. So it might, like, if a live chat room is going on, you want them to stay on a live chat room. But there is a drawback on that. But we feel it will enhance their, transitioning, and this needs to be tested. So that's what our thoughts were.
Great. Thanks, guys.
Great
Thank you so much.
presentation,
Thank you so much.
Atish and Ritik. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
I think we can like, yeah, the audience is loving it as well. Yeah, we can like go ahead and pick our next match.
Can you help me with how to stop sharing, or have I stopped
You
it?
have stopped,
Okay,
so
thank
I
you.
have stopped.
yeah. Next up, we will be having Pranith with us. So, Pranith, if you can raise your hand, we can add you to the stage.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Just a second, I'll share screen.
Also, please switch on your video.
Yeah, invisible.
Yeah, you're visible. Your screen is
It's
visible.
visible, right?
Yeah. It's again loading. Yeah, now it's visible.
So I'll start.
Yeah, all the best.
Good. Hi, I'm Pranith Davade. I'll start with the four noble truths given by Lord Buddha. First is dukkha, that is understanding the suffering of the user. User behavior and user persona will get us help insight into that part. Second is samudaya, finding the root cause. Competitive analysis will help us with that. Third is nirodha, that is how to end the suffering of the user. So improving watch time, improving stickiness, and monetization strategy. This will help us with that. And the fourth is marga, that is a path that we have chosen to end the suffering. That is the user journey we'll talk about. Uh, First of all, talking about the user behavior. Now, there are five types of behavior which I have found out amongst the five types of apps. The first one is live video, that is one way communication. A user just want to see the live videos and nothing else. Second is video chat. He wants to communicate using the video chat. Third is apps to earn money. A user wants to earn money. Fourth is live online games like real time playing. He wants to play games with other person online. And fifth is a chat with strangers. That is basically to the texting part. Okay, so these are the five needs of the user which are seen before coming to the app. Yeah, now this is the ideal persona. The name is Mukesh Kumar. Okay, now here the main thing is uh, he want to have some fun. He have some tension about the future, and he would like to have some side income from its comfort zone. This is his thought process. Okay, and his current interests are like listening to music, watching movies, and all. He likes to socially interact with known and unknown people. This is the one thing. And the final part is building a personal brand on the social media apps. Like if you go to Instagram or any other social media app, everyone is trying to build their own personal brand. So that's what he is having in his mind before coming to this app. Okay, so first question is, what were you searching for in your life before coming to this app? So this app was launched in September 2020. That was Corona period. So at that time, his main motto was he wanted to entertain himself and he wanted some money along with some entertainment. That was the main reason behind coming to this app in September 2020. That was the peak time when we got more users and all. Second is, what were your expectation? He wanted some fun, he wanted social interaction, and he wanted to take up a responsibility of itself. That was the second thing. And did the app match your expectation? So he had fun with the video calls. He felt socially connected as well, and but he was not able to make money as expected from the app. This was the main point. Okay, now competitive analysis. See the currently, if we see now, the content is free all over the other social media apps. Okay, now just a second, sorry. Yeah, so content is free all over the social media apps. Okay, the main thing is, if the user likes the content, he will stay, and if he doesn't like the content, he will leave that. That is the main thing. Okay, so we have three types of hosts who are creating the content for us. One type of host who has talent, second type of host who has looks, and the third one who neither has look or nor have talent, so he is preferring to play games and all. And according to that, you can see their main audience is distributed. If you see in this part, user behavior part, five users, five behavior, and they are segregated as per the host. Okay, now coming to the next part. Okay, coming to the improving watch time. Now identify who is not entertaining the audience, because if they are not entertaining the audience, anyways no one's going to stay on the app. This That was the main problem. So main thing here was, to make users stay on a live video, he has to interact with the host, and in order to interact with the host, he has to have some content from his side too. So what's happening now? We can provide here auto-generated questions like 30-40 questions. If you see in the second point, for the above problem, give a more auto-generated questions like 30-40 on the bottom, which you can ask to the host, and which will juggle over the course of time. Like what happened actually when I went to the app, this user, she was very frustrated because the users were keep coming on asking the same question, like how are you, where are you from, and she was like, अरे अभी तो बताया मैंने कि हम यहाँ से हो. So she was frustrated, the host was frustrated, and user are not having that much content to talk with the host. So for that, we can provide them a 30-40 list of auto generated question, which they can ask to the user, and which will juggle over the course of time. The next thing is, we can provide a swipe feature just like WhatsApp. We don't have any specific feature to chat during the live video calls. Here we can provide that. On the bottom part, you can see there are emojis which you have seen here. The main thing is user spam. Means if you don't have anything to do
Pranith,
now.
5 minutes are up.
Okay, fine. Just 1 minute, 1 minute, last one. Okay. Means these are the emojis which are given here, and user means user spam the host using these emojis. So we can shift these emojis over the this part, so that the questions which are auto generated can be easily accessible to the user, and he'll interact more. And another part is the heart part here. It means while clicking that heart button, I'm not getting a physical response like it's glowing or something. So it is confusing for me. We can also introduce filters on the app to increase engagement. Now talking about games. Now why do we play games? The main reason behind playing games is we like to have that feeling of rush inside ourselves. So we can introduce a check spelling game. Timer will be kept 5 seconds only. It is a very easy game, but you just have to guess the spelling of the game, and if you are able to do that, you will be rewarded with coins and all. But why 5 seconds? Because in return it gives the feeling of rush, and that feeling of rush is the main reason behind driving any game. Okay. Third is increasing stickiness on the platform. We can introduce a streak, just like in Duolingo app there is an option called a streak. So we can introduce this feature here. What happens if a user is getting a reward for coming daily to the app, but he's not getting reminded that yeah, okay, this is a very good thing that we should be doing, like coming to the app and all. So we can gradually compound the amount of coins he gets daily for coming to the app, and we can create streaks like day one streak completed, day two streak completed, and he'll be rewarded according to that. Okay. uh, Fine. And the monetization strategy, basic thing is, as you can see, this user has pillows on the back of his wall. Why? He wanted to show off that, oh, yeah, I am famous, I have this many things and all. So, what we can do, we can bring FMCG brands to our platform, and they can present their
Pradip, your
product.
5 minutes, 7 minutes is up.
Just
Yeah,
last
you can
slide,
say.
and I'm done. Yeah. What we can do, we can bring FMCG brands over here, and they can ask creators to present their product indirectly, not directly. Like he can drink the maza during the live, so that people will see, okay, yeah,
No,
he's
no,
drinking that.
time is up. Sorry, Pranit.
Okay, fine, not an issue.
Great, Pranith. Yeah, sorry to cut you off in between. But yeah, we, we will have our Q&A session now. So.
Debukranti, do you have any question?
No, not not much. I mean,
One like because
yeah.
we ran out of time. So Pranit, I just want to understand like the policy statement is if you want to increase the session time by 50%, you have given a lot many avenues to do that, right? So what would you prioritize?
I'm really sorry about that. I haven't done that part. Actually, I'm
Like,
new into product
if,
management.
if I ask you now, on
Uh-huh.
like what would you do? What would you implementing like the top one two features, whatever you have discussed?
Okay. Basically, I would focus more upon means, bringing that 30 to 40 questions, because the main thing is we want users to engage with the host, and if they are able to engage with the host, automatically we are increasing the interaction, means engagement. That should be the priority. And for that, we need some auto-generated questions, because otherwise users are just like sitting there and they are doing like hi, hello, follow karo guys. This is the happening whole time, and so for a lot of chats.
Just to taking the segue to prioritization, you have mentioned there are three kinds of hosts. One which has
Yes.
talent, so their main audience
Yes.
is one-way communication. One which has looks, their main audience is two-way
Yes.
communication as well as chat with strangers. And then there are one they have none. They are neither look good looking, neither talented. But
Yes.
so which kind of host would you want to focus on onboarding into the app? Among these three,
uh,
where will you prioritize your onboarding?
the thing is, I'll explain with the example. Suppose anyone goes on to Instagram, what happens? मैं अगर Instagram पे गया, I am the creator because I am posting photos. People are able to see my photos. I am providing some entertainment to the users. So everyone coming to the app should be the focus, not anyone like should be left out. To increase their engagement, I would suggest provide them some content so that they can talk like that.
Okay, you mean you should provide them with topics where they can talk, what they can talk
Yes,
about.
actually, yes.
So you would be
But
you would
my question was again different. I was saying you have classified three kinds of hosts. As with respect to Iloilo, where should Iloilo focus on onboarding the focus on them by ourselves on onboarding? Which kind of host should we onboard more? Which kind of host should we prioritize on onboarding more?
I would say the one with having actual talent, because if you focus on the third one, na, you might after some time there is a full stop to that part. But if someone is bringing content from his side, like he is actually having some talent, that would go a long way.
Okay.
good.
Yes.
Awesome. Well said, Praneeth.
Great, Pranith.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
We can like move to our last two decks. Let me just quickly share my screen for the very last time. So Mohit, if you can raise your hand, we can add you to the screen. So Mohit and Ishika did this tear down as a team. So both of them would be coming on the screen and presenting their deck.
Yeah, so guys, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. Can both of you switch on your camera, please?
Yeah, sure, Miss. Ishika will be presenting the screen, and after my part, I will be opening the. I will be switching on the camera because of the net issues.
Try to adhere to the timeline. And all the best to you guys. Thank you. Yeah, you can
Yes.
start.
So, hey everyone. So, just starting the deck. So, this is a deck outline. So, a general overview just I gave you is we'll going to the problem statement, then the user journey, its pain points, and then we'll go to the prioritization and the success metrics that could be there. Right now, coming to the next slide. So the project is well defined by everyone. So the main goal of this complete deck is to increase the total engagement and the stickiness to the platform. That is by 50%. The average engagement is 25 minutes. So target is to increase by 12 to 15 minutes, right? And the second goal is to identify the monetization avenues on the app and launch strategy to get free users to paid users. The users could be anyone, the content consumers as well as the content creators. Shika, to the next slide. So, telling about the mission and the vision that we stick throughout this deck was key. The motto was the life nahi live hai, right? So this was the main motto and the main vision and the vision of the LLA that we stick throughout this deck. So we have a lot of competitors as well, and we did analysis for it. Now coming to the personas that we have. So the three major personas that we found, the persona that we created were with the help of the reviews, Google reviews that we got, and being a user ourselves. So the Karthik is the one who gave his board exam recently and is very bored now and wants to learn new skills and want to enjoy with his friends, right? So he has some goals like the interaction with his most like influencers. He wants to learn directly from the creators that he inspires with him, and he wants to invite and chat with the friends, right? Tanya is a college student who is recently graduating and is cursing her career in the software development, but his passion is to be in the dancing field. She has some prior goals like what she wants to increase her revenue. She wants to retain her audience throughout the live show that she is very unable to. She wants to increase the audience loyalty that the audience drops out during her live sessions, and she also wants to promote some new business. And now Radhe is a very interesting persona. Means this could be a very moonshot idea, right? So he is a fashion dealer in tier 2 and tier 3 city, a tier 2 city person, and he wants to increase his brand awareness in his city, right? So his main goals are to acquire new customers, to increase brand image, and to increase his revenue. So to the next slide, Ishika. So the user journey that we have seen is key when a person enters the application till the person exits the application, right? So it will be completely dependent on the screen time that he shares on the screen. So the possible top of point could be it could be uh, he's not able to search the content creator and he have to because of this no search option available. You have to scroll down to find the content creators. Content creator is not able to make that interactive content. He is not able to get the personalized content. He is not able to learn new things, or he is getting very bored of in these things all. So these are the things that we have taken care of in this user journey. So to the next slide, Shika. So the first thing that we found here is was audience pool, right? So the main problem you share is that during a live show, often audience get bored of the content and wants to get some personalized content, right? And which they comment down there through the comments, but due to the frequent comments, the person is not very much able to the find what is the major demand. So this feature will help in getting the demand in an easier format, and accordingly, the influencer can change his content and make the audience stick to his stream, right? So the main objective that business objective that serves is the engagement part. Means a user who usually drop off because of the content, not personalized content, he will not drop off in this case, and it is our guesstimate that will increase the engagement by 30 to 40%. And now coming to the monetization part as well, we can see we have more other features aligned with it, but we can monetize content creator for this case because they will be doing anything to stick audience to his platform, right? So now coming to the next feature. So this is the learning zone wireframe, right? So learning zone wireframe is basically for those influencer who wants to learn from the influencer, the favorite influencer, but is not able to learn because of the perfect platform available, right? So about this learning zone, in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, it's difficult to means extend the services to a large set of audience due to the multiple constraints like time, space, distance, and reach. See, so these categories for these classes may vary from the dance, music, cooking, and art and crafts. So user will be able to watch demos, join live classes, and watch according to the previous classes. Now the business opportunity that it serves would be users have to compulsory come to the platform because of the fees they are going to get and a particular duration of time of the online class that is available. So it is estimation that will increase engagement around 40 to 50%, right? So and the monetization. So for listing down their classes, where LOLO can certain percent of fees can be charged from the creators as well for the conducting of the classes and sending Google Calendar invites and this type of monetization features. Now coming to the third features, the long invite chat process that includes the third party app integration for it. So now friends can easily invite their friends in it and the drop off because a person might invite someone in the WhatsApp and now he may forget to check up the app and now he has to come again. So this is the very long process and could be a very good drop off for this. So we have just optimized this so user don't have to waste time calling or checking on the status of the friend and they can easily invite in inside the app only. So the main business objective to be it will increase engagement by 10 to 20% is our estimation. Ki, calling or inviting on the odd time or the long process of the inviting, it is just optimizing this. So users will be able to check from the
Mohit
green
and
light.
Ishika, 5 minutes are up.
Okay, so Ishika, just continue after that.
Okay, so next feature is regarding the progress bar. Using this, we are basically gamifying the engagement. User will able to see the progress bar based on the time spent on the app or on the live and questions to make the interactive, to make the live session interactive. Questions will pop up, and on the basis of that, board will be shown, and the creator can then user will be able to directly interact with the creator based on the leaderboard, right? So engagement problem it's solving as users will have like compulsion to be on the live to basically interact with their favorite influencers, and monetization is creators will be monetized to get this feature. Then we will move to Elo Pro points. These are basically using this. We are basically incentivizing the users for spending the time on the app. Their daily tasks will be incentivized, like watching 4 different streams for 10 minutes daily. They will get these 400 Elo Pro points, and these Pro coins will be equivalent to the real money. So they can get premium stickers out of it, and they can also buy these Pro coins using the real money. So engagement problem will be solved by 20% because daily they have to come to the app and complete their daily task. Monetization problem will be solved as directly they can buy these pro coins through the real money. So LLO will get the real money through it, right? Next, we are moving to a complete different zone of marketplace. Currently, our users are from the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. There, they face majorly problem. Like small businesses face problem of basically marketing their businesses. So using this app, we are basically marketing their business. So we will have a toggle button over there which have two options: seller and buyer. Sellers can add their products and buyers can buy those products. Monetization problem will be solved as LOLO will charge these shops like percentage of this income will come from that, and engagement problem will be solved that reviews of these products will be done by the influencers. So this will also create a loyalty among these customers that their favorite influencers are reviewing the products, so they will like rely on these products more and they will buy. So both the problems will be
Ishika, your time is up.
just
I'm
one
sorry.
just 1 minute, just completing this, just about to complete. We'll just prioritize this, and on the basis of the rise score, we will like start with the progress bar followed by audience poll and pro points. Then we have like made a rollout strategy how these beta launch will be there, and then final release of this product will be there. After this, mainly we will talk about the metrics. Like mainly we will see about the percentage increase in the average user watch time, and we have like classified different metrics for each feature. We have covered the challenges and the possible feature failures which will be there during our journey. And then in future we can move to NFTs, ARVRs, improving our coupons and super chat or membership options. And then yes, summing up this deck, thank you, we are open to questions now.
Great, deck. Uh, Now we can move to the questions.
Great stuff, yeah, Ishika and Mohit. Very, very comprehensive presentation. I want you to elaborate a little more about this audience poll feature, right? What would the scoping be? Who would create this poll? How would you contextualize it by room type? What kind of polls do you mean? Just go deeper into this.
Yeah, sure. So I will take this one. So the audience poll is mainly used, created by the content creators, and the options that will be given there, and that those will be answered by the content consumers, right? Suppose a person who is talented in singing, right? And he knows 10 to 12 songs that he is going to sing today, but according to the demand of the audience, they can easily means put on the four questions according to his mind, and he can see what is the major audience taste looks like. He can go for the genre part, means they like to have some romantic songs or the remix songs. These type of things could be used over there, which will basically increase the stickiness to the platform for this creator. That's increasing the audience loyalty for them.
Also, what do you think? These polls should be created pre-live or in live? Which what should be your strategy? Should they be
According,
created before going live or should they be created while they are on live?
they are both options that could be done. Means initially to just get start of the stage, we can create in the starting as well. But there's a time when the more times features, more times comes up between the live. So it is the feature that is also used during the live times as well.
And what are your opinions on while they are on live and they are engaged on creating this poll? How will what's your opinion on engagement drop off because they're busy creating this poll?
No, this okay, sure. This actually, these could be created means very easily, right? The options are already available. The questions are pre-missed. If a singer is there, he's already knowing that he's going to ask something about the question, about the singing songs as well, right? What genre you want. So these are the pre-defined questions that a person can easily ask over there by a single click. Means a pre-defined question could be set up over there, and they can just pop on there, right?
So questions will be a basic structure of the question will be defined by us, and then the creator will add on just elements to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Follow up one question on the
Yeah.
progress bar.
One more
Please, the
question
progress.
in
Sorry.
this polls, Mohit.
Yeah.
So, what I understood from this slide and your explanation is you will be allowing polls for this would be a very useful feature for a talented creator, right? Because let's say who want to do singing, right, dancing, etc. Everything, right? Who are already talented and they want like the users to select from three to four options, right? So and given the problem statement as improving the engagement, right? Would the creator asking them to comment what they want, right? Would that create like FOMO for other users who are actually consuming and comment more on the platform, or this poll would be like what is your thought on this?
Okay, so yeah, I got your point. So the thing you told about the talent part, right? So a person, suppose take example, a person who is hosting a game, right? So he has different options, like he can host Ludo, he can host Tambola, he can use Spin the Wheel, and he can use anything in the quiz drive, right? Something like that. So for that also, in this case also, when a person comments down his thought or the thing that he wants to play, so due to the rigorously of, suppose someone is a very famous influencer, or a game player, right? So he'll get a lots of comment in a small span, right? So this will be the important feature for that as well, for the person to introduce to the new gaming or the demand. According to the demand, he can set up his complete stream, right?
Okay.
Also, adding on to this, engagement will be increased as it is a part of like sort of gamifying thing. So users will definitely wait that they will win or not. So in that way, during the poll, also during that duration, there will not be drop offs, rather there will be increase in the engagement.
Okay. You mean people will wait till the results are out? When they've given an opinion, they will wait till the results are out.
Yes, I mean, to compile all the results using the tech, it will hardly take 1 minute. And in the meantime, the influencers can keep their audiences engaged, like to basically motivate them to vote and stuff.
Means actually, adding to this point, it will not be the main thing on the screen, it will be something on the lower part. The thing that is going on the background will continue, but it is something that is going on with the parallelly, right?
Just a small question on your progress bar idea. Is this progress bar affinity towards a creator? So, I mean, I can have a different progress bar for different creators, or is it a thought on increasing affinity towards the platform? That is one part of this question. Second is, let's say I am at the top level, what are the exclusive benefits that get unlocked for me if I've reached that top? And I also want you to sort of clarify a little bit on the progress bar itself. What will make me go on top? Because you have said watch time as well as certain questions. दोनों करने की क्यों जरूरत है? Why not just watch time? I wanted more clarity on this part.
Okay, so I'll take this. So this will be on the user front. So users will be able to see if I'll join a particular live show, then I'll be able to see the duration of the. It will calculate the duration of the time of that particular live for that particular influencer, right? And why are we taking questions part as well along with the progress bar? Because some of the like users will have these complaints like they are busy in something, they have joined live in between. So we don't want that if a person is joining in between the live, then he's saying that okay, I'm not able to win now, so I'll leave. We want to keep that person also engaged if he has despite of the fact he has joined in between or not. So for this purpose we have added this questions feature. So basically question will come, they will answer, they will know that it will be right or wrong. It is also part of gamification. Combining these two, this leaderboard will be shown. And if I am a top scorer in the leaderboard, the benefit which I'll be getting is at the end of the live show, I'll be able to directly interact with my that influencer in which whose which live I'm attending. So to basically interact or large number of audiences present, to basically stand out from that audience and to basically have a live interaction, we are basically creating this leaderboard.
And just adding to one point to it, the now when we see some of the videos, like, so they choose the or from the audience on a luck basis, right? He's someone who wishes to join the live stream. So this is also the thing that the pain point from the user side, right? I'm a very big fan of a certain influencer and I'm not getting the chance. I'm answering all the questions, I'm staying from the starting to the end, right? So this is the problem that is also solved for that case.
Okay. Thanks,
Great.
guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Q&A is wrapped up. Now we will have our last participant for the day, which is Guru. So Guru, if you can raise your hand, we can add you to the stream. Yeah. So Guru and Aditya, they will clear down as a team. So both of them would be presenting their deck. If both of you can switch on your video, it would be good.
Yeah, hi guys. I don't have a very stable connection, so I'll just have my audio on.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah,
So yeah,
Aditya
how
will
do
be
you
presenting.
you both of you?
Yeah, yeah.
And before we start, just a request to Megha, if you can remind us on the 3 minute mark, it will be really helpful.
Sure, we will.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so we'll just dive into the product statement, right? Yeah, next slide. Yeah. So the product statement was to improve watch time, drive stickiness, and hence increase engagement, and then to also look at monetization avenues and how to implement them. Yeah, next slide. So our primary mode of approaching the engagement issue is so there is one that we need to have better content, and then there's the accessibility to the content. So accessibility, it pertains to the audience. So we took an audience persona and we analyzed touch points and paths and found user pain points in the process. And the content part, it pertains to the creator. So here we looked into new features that can be included to empower them and solve existing issues to retain the creators. Yeah, next slide. So this user journey that we have structured is in such a way that, after onboarding and exploring, if you can see there, we can see the action cycles of users and creators. So they enter and then interact and then they collect rewards, and then this is a cycle. So putting them down helped us analyze the touch point. If you can show the next slide also. Yeah, putting this down helps us analyze the touch points, and we have highlighted the major pain points here, but there are more. So let's get into it. So first, with respect to accessibility, right? As many told, search bar is so with respect to accessibility, search bar is a basic item in all home pages. So more than the use of it, the absence of it was felt. And yeah, the search bar is also quite hidden in the app flow. Next slide. So our solution to this is to include a search bar. We did not make a design for that. Yeah, and then content categories. So we have content categories and subcategories as well. And it's really the subcategories that indicate what is the content that's being made. For the user to be better informed, after categories that are selected right in the home page in the top, the subcategories could also be selected after that. Yeah, next slide. So yeah, with respect to the rewards tab, right? So there are daily and weekly rewards, but the user has to go and claim them on their own accord. Whereas the trigger of the notifications and banners on the app should enable the user to do the action of joining and interacting in streams. They should automatically get the reward of Elo coins and such. So this can be done using a pop-up banner once they've completed those tasks. Next one. Yeah, so we feel that the more lives, the right side pane, right, in a live, it's very well placed, but the content is the same as the homepage, that the list of creators. So instead, it could be filtered with related content, common category or subcategory. And when we have enough creators, we could also have some network analysis of similar and connected content creators. Yeah, next one. This was a pop-up window stickiness experiment that we did. So say you click home and then the pop-up is there in the bottom, and then you click the pop-up again to see you come back to the live, and then once you click back, it actually takes you back. The pop-up window goes back over there, and instead if you click exit, it asks you to leave, and once you click leave, um, yeah, you go back to the home page. Instead, it could show the app itself, the homepage of the app itself in both the scenarios. And yeah, in comparison, YouTube pop-up windows and Twitch also has the same solution. Next one.
Minutes is up.
Oh yeah, thank you. Um, yeah, maybe this is a small point. I'll just go to the next point. Yeah, so coming to the creator, right? So there are a bunch of problems that we encountered. So first, in the start screen, there's no option to flip the camera, and then yeah, a regular streamer cannot creator cannot stream the content from their device, and the default camera option is like it's mirrored automatically. So yeah, that it basically handicaps the user, who has content that needs to be shown using a back camera or so on. And another thing that we noticed was, previous slide, please. If the live stops, right, due to a guideline not being followed, the reason is not mentioned. So again, the creator feels like left out. So yeah, the UX solution to all of these is in the next slide. So we included a flow that has, where they could stream their screen, they could flip, they could mirror, and so on. So yeah. So yeah, to wrap this up, the methodology that we used for, we conducted live shows on our own, and we also took feedback from the creators during the live stream, and then we also self use the app. So yeah, maybe in the audience persona we do not really match with that, but the other pain points that we majorly noticed was, one, there are audience bots, right? So it is sort of a subjective problem, because different people, like say, initially a creator is overwhelmed and they are amused that a lot of people are joining, but then eventually they do get to know that these are audience bots, and there might be a threshold over there. People might like it or might not like it. So but still, because it is still amusing, it was still a subjective problem, so we get into it. The viewer count is also buggy. It doesn't it only increases. Then the waiting room button is sometimes not present, did not include it because we are not sure how frequent that is. So yeah, going on to prioritization solutions. Yeah, so we felt that the accessibility issues, search bar, content category search, guideline not followed, daily reward pop-up, we felt like these were the must-have solutions. Going on to monetization.
Yeah, so I'll take up monetization. So the ideation for monetization avenues is such that we connect two birds with one stone. Like while monetization is happening, the features would also help increase engagement and stickiness. So for features, we've come up with gem subscriptions and channel points. So we researched other apps, majorly YouTube Live and Twitch, and decided to take up Twitch as a major source of inspiration. It is majorly focused on gaming streams, but they have a well-established monetization framework, and the existing feature of Eloelo can be expanded to something like they have. So coming to gems, let me reiterate that there is an existing global currency in Eloelo called Elo coins, which can be earned through certain activities, right? So gems are a global currency that can only be bought and not earned. This increases the sake of the interaction between users and creators through highlighted comments, sticky comments, higher form of current gifts that are there, give the creator a task, etc. There can be a call to action for the above mentioned, and when people try to use these, they can be redirected to buy gems. So because it is a global currency, it can be used across things. So this is the revenue sharing model that Twitch has, which is 60/40, and each bit, which is the gem equivalent of Twitch, is 1.35 rupees. So zero point 0.8 goes to the creator, and the remaining to Twitch. So coming to subscriptions, subscriptions is a higher and personalized level of interaction with creators. So these are some of the examples that are found in Twitch of incentives and perks. These are like over time and increased traction of LOLO. We can also develop along these lines. So ad-free streaming doesn't necessarily make sense right now, but they can be provided in the future. So this helps build a community for each creator, which is important for engagement over time, and it avoids stagnation. So channel points. So before that, gems can be regarded as something similar to thanks and super chat in YouTube lives, and subs are similar to the option of joining in YouTube lives. So coming to channel points.
Aditya, your time is up.
Yeah, 20 seconds. Yeah. So channel points, these don't directly help with monetization, but they give audience a taste of what subscriptions can offer. So these are valued at different points, and they can be earned by watching the streams and a number of other things as mentioned here from Twitch, which is also present in LOL how we earn the coins. So this is a localized form of currency that is free and is unique to each streamer. So in a way, allo coins have features of both channel points and gems, and it can be reworked into different forms of currency without affecting the existing number of allo coins that people currently have. So yeah, that's as far as monetization is considered. So, yeah.
So I think we are done with it, and yeah, thank you to LLO team for coming down and listening to us, and thanks to TPF for all that you do the community. Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah, we can move to the Q&A session now if you have any questions to ask them.
Yeah, great presentation, Guru. And team, Guru and Aditya. Good, very well covered, and I like the focus on the problem statements more than just the solutions. So well done there. On the monetization front, you've taken Twitch as an example, and you have not gone the brand route at all, right? Typically, as a media platform, you end up going after the brand pie. You can monetize gifts, you can monetize other things. Shed some light there. Why not go for the brand route and go for these purchase diamonds? I mean, what is the insight?
So, like I already mentioned, LLO isn't very at its very early stage, but it's not very well established as well. So we thought, catering to what an audience would want would help us increase engagement and basically improve the audience pool initially. So when we have kind of confirmed that we have got a good number of audience people who consistently watch our stream. After that, we can work on ads and brands based stuff, which is why when I mentioned about ad free viewing, I didn't want to dwell deep into it because we wanted to focus on bringing about more people and making sure they stay consistently engaged through whatever we're doing through the chat, how they interact with the streamers, etc. So that is why we didn't dwell very deep into it.
Also, to adding to that point, I feel yeah, to give a nod to all the other teams that had brand collaborations and so on. I think yeah, we did not include that solution, but I think we focus more on the gamification inside LOLO than brand engagements, I would say. But yeah, I do think that brand engagements will definitely bring in more people, and will add value to the monetization that we are going at.
Something like channel points eventually even be monetizable because channel points will always be
So
earned currency.
yes, sir. So, like I said, channel points aren't monetizable. They You can't buy channel points. This is entirely something that can be earned. So these give you an idea of or a free trial of how subscriptions work. So these give you an in look a peephole into what you can get out of being a subscriber in this particular creator's channel. So we thought this is a pretty basic thing, and this might increase the number of people who would potentially subscribe. So if you first-hand experience something like whatever subscriptions bring to you, we thought that would help us convert free users into people who are willing to pay for subscriptions.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, so thank you.
Thank you all. Yeah, bye.
Great presentation, Guru. With this, we are done with all the presentations of the day. Now, the LOLO team would sync among us and let us know which decks they like the most. Nevertheless, I think like every deck was great, and we are seeing teardowns from for a while. I think like every time we just like level up in the quality of the decks we receive. So it's always great to see that. Yeah, sort of you and your team can discuss among yourselves and let us know your decision. And
But thank you guys. We'll take some few minutes to discuss. Seriously, high quality inputs and really intriguing presentations, guys. Very well done.
so, by the time Saurav and his team would be back, maybe we, as audience, can we as like me as host and audience can talk a bit. So, if you, I would like to ask the audience, like, are you aware of the very recent, you know, launch that we did with the TPF? So, any guesses, like, what did we launch very recently? Yeah. In Sergio. So, anybody who is not aware of Insurjo, so we have launched Insurjo's 2022 batch, and it is very recently launched. So you can like go to any social media handle of TPF and check it out. I would love to share its link with you in the chat as well, so you can like browse through it. So anybody who is hearing the word in search of word for the very first time, so it's a learning cohort-based course by TPF that helps you to get knowledge of product management right from the scratch. So there, it's a whole curated learning experience in itself, where you get curated content, lessons from directly from the industry leaders, and there are many fun activities that happen along the way, such as peer reviews. There are office hours, and to back all of this up, there is an exclusive lifelong community where you make friends that help you upskill throughout your career. And there are multiple product coaches from a lot of well established companies such as Swiggy, Airbnb, LinkedIn, Dunzo, and many more. You just name it, you will probably find somebody from those companies as your teammate or your coach or your mentor or somebody else in this cohort. So even if you have like a slightest knack for product management, or just want to like pick up some skills that you can like apply in your other functional roles as well, you should definitely check this cohort out. Would love to know from the rest of you if you have like participated in Sergio earlier or planning to do this time. You can put it on the chat.
And also, yeah, everyone, we have a referral program as well for Insurjo. Definitely do check that out. So if you do refer, we have exciting prizes for you. There's a link for referral as well. Make sure you use that, and you can see the rewards range from job accessibility to airports. So there's a lot of exciting rewards. So make sure you do that as well. I'm gonna send the referral link also in the chat box. So make sure you refer your friends while also registering yourself. Yes.
Can you
And
say the order of the teams that came? One.
yeah, first was Abbas, second Mega, who was the second team.
Just give me a second, I'll let you know. So
The team that went second, can you see in the chat?
Okay, we got it. Thanks.
Okay. I see people sharing their referrals on the chat itself. I hope you people get your referrals. But yeah, Mohit, how many referrals are you at? And Divyank.
Also, if like all of you would be sharing your referral links, who are joining it?
First come, first serve.
Yeah,
Not bad. Eight.
eight
Let's
till
go up to wait, what is let's see. What is your target, Divyank?
45 clocks and 20 referrals already.
Oh, amazing.
As far as the chat is concerned, Prasanna is leading here.
Yeah, a trip to Bali is 5,000 referrals, so let's see who gets it.
Okay, guys, a lot of you are sharing your referrals. I'm in zero trying it first. Good
Make a
shot.
sign up with Manoj's referral, so we'll get one.
Doing it right away. Good, PM में आपका good number of referrals. Yeah, somebody is asking if their cat can get a good PM job after a good number of reference. Maybe you can find a recruiter right in Bali and you can ask them to give you a job.
After Insurger for sure. I mean, left to how you're gonna do it, but I made my friends join before knew about the referrals. Oh, that's so sad, Yash. Yeah. It's okay, you can try again. Ask your friends to get more friends. Okay, if you want, I can share each of the referrals on the stage for a while, and then all of you can get some.
Of course, it is teaching you product marketing concept. It's all part of the plan.
Yes.
You can suggest us other hacks if you have to, if you have, so that we can market the instructor program better.
How many of you here haven't signed up to Insurger yet? I don't see anybody replying. Looks like everybody is signed up.
Okay, how many of you are like planning to join next month's Teardown? There are plenty of people.
Me.
Okay. Nihal is there. Can he? What?
Folks, who do you think would win today? 3, 2, 1.
You will get all the information about which brand or product we will be going for the next year on pretty soon. Like there's this whole timeline. So whosoever would be there for September, you will be getting to know that pretty soon.
Manoj, you can check the link that I shared. When we come up with a new teardown, we will update there.
I think the team is quite ready with their results. So, Saurabh, Deva, Kranti, any one of you can come on the stage and share.
Hi guys. So, I mean, really, really well done. It took us a lot of brainstorming right now in the backstage to decide the winner, and it wasn't one of those easier choices where it's a very obvious consensus. Took a lot of sort of discussion just now. Before I even go into who the winners are, let me just tell you what we were really looking for, which the top three teams sort of did display a lot. And I think the top five, all of you displayed it, but some teams just displayed a little better. Number one, I would say, was the real depth of problem identification, like going into the depth of the problem, going into the depth of the pain point, going into absolute user journey and user curve pain points. I think that was very critical to be able to even get to the next stage. Second is originality of thinking and originality of ideas, which I think has come out very well across sort of teams. And third thing that we were looking at is also whatever ideas that you guys are proposing, how practical and how doable are these? I mean, some of these should be things that can actually be implemented in a product. So it shouldn't just be a good to have feature. It should ideally at an early stage product, most interventions that should be sort of applied will be a must have or really really should have, right? So that's another thing that we were really looking for, at least in terms of the solution, but have really given a lot of prioritization to the structured thinking, to the problem statement dissertation, to really really tearing down and going into the depth of the user thinking. So very well done to all the teams. I mean, all five of you did a great job there. But ultimately, if there is sort of competition, then there will be sort of a top three that will come in there. So it's like almost winners among equals. That's the way I would sort of put it. So number three for us were Guru and Raghu. Brilliant job at breaking down the problem, going really deep into the problem statement. Loved the analogy of Twitch. That's a platform that we really look at very very closely. Some very interesting ideas on the user engagement side. I particularly like the share your screen idea and the camera flip ideas. I think they are things that we also discuss in depth internally, but you've covered it brilliantly well. As just a feedback area, I think I would have loved for you to probe and go a little deeper into monetization, where instead of just Twitch has a different community and a different experience. So how can we localize that? We are in Indic language, Bharat app. So how deeper can we go around there? What more experiences could we build? Would have been more interesting to see, but really well done in that sense. So yeah, so Guru and Raghu were number three. Number two for us were Mohit and Ishika. Really loved the variety of ideas and the breadth of ideas that you sort of put on the table. It's a very risky move sometimes, putting in a lot of ideas, because somebody could question you that, hey, you're bringing in 6 7 ideas, why didn't you just stick to one? Sometimes at an early stage, and I think you gave fair justice to the problem statement as well. So sometimes at an early stage you do have to brainstorm in a very wider sense and then sort of bring your thinking into 2 to 3 focus areas. So you did a prioritization eventually and gave us a good stack rank. The audience poll idea, which has been mentioned in the comments as well in this chat, was very interesting. Some of the other things as well, inviting people into the chat room, and then going into a very different trajectory with marketplace and certain others were very interesting takes. In your presentation, what we sort of liked was that it was a balance between host pain points and user pain points, because things like polls, etc., will sort of solve for interactivity as well as lean sort of moments inside a live where there is no dopamine hit at that time. Yeah, and in some ideas, like, I would say that in ideas like education, like live classes and all that, is not possibly a direction that an app like ours could take, but it was a brave attempt from your end. It's a tough direction, because you cannot stand for everything. An app cannot have an astrology game show, then a marketplace and live classes. Will be too large and too wide an experience. We're not really trying to build a super app here. We're trying to focus on live video entertainment. So sticking to that premise, I thought some of the other things that you presented were very relevant and very interesting for us to sort of take away with and genuinely implement. The number one team, and I think that's what everyone's sort of waiting for. That is a TK who is sort of won this entire challenge. The number one team for us today, and marginally outscoring everyone else, was Atish and Ritik. Really liked the clarity in which you went into the problem statement. Things like status upliftment, things like trending section, understanding the nuance between what differentiates a live stream. I like the happy hours idea as well, because trust me, live stream has a major challenge as a concept sometimes, that there will be liquid hours where all creators want to perform, all users are also sometimes there, and then there will be non-liquid hours like midnights or early morning where creators are not there, but you have to nudge them to perform because the audience wants to consume content at that time. So liked your thinking around that particular area set. The things around differentiating in content discovery, bringing in more feed experiences, trending, etc., vertical, all of those were very, very interesting ideas. Loved the clarity and flow of the deck as well. You had a lot of ideas to present in a very short period of time, so you tried to do your best justice to that. And hopefully we look forward to implementing some of the ideas all of you guys have suggested. So I'm sure that when you look back at the app in 4 5 months, and maybe lesser than that, maybe 2 3 months, and you see that, acha, this was an idea that we had presented in a deck and it's actually been applied, it'll be a great feeling. So yeah, I mean, congratulations to all of the winners. We also look forward to meeting some of you, some of the team members, some of the teams much later, if there are any product opportunities for which we will also discuss with the TPF folks. I'm sure more use cases will, a lot of you will, are people who we would love to work with. So really excited for that. But yeah, I mean, congratulations to the winners, the top 3 teams. Really, really well done. So yeah.
Congratulations to all of you. Really love the whole event thoroughly, and would like to like specially mention Saurabh for this detailed feedback. Like no matter like who wins, or like it's just like everybody puts an effort, and at the end of the day, to get an good feedback is all that matters. So you really explained well what are the things you were looking for and like who did what. So really appreciate you for that, and the whole Iloilo team as well. And great. So with this, I think we will wrap up today's session. And as you people know, like we do these tears down every month. So I look forward to see a lot of you in the next one as well. No matter that if you like came in the top 3 or you didn't make it at all, or maybe like next one could be your first year down itself. So just keep yourself posted. You will like get all the information one by one, which are the companies that would be coming next. Again, thank you for all of you who joined in today and stayed through the whole session. I hope this was somewhere helpful for you. And thank you, all the volunteers of TPF as well, and the LOL team. See you guys in the next one.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Saurabh, Kranti, Deva.
Thank you, guys.